crooked scales. In the city of gold, where merchants filled the streets and rulers sat on high thrones, there was a man named Linus. He was a seller of grain, a man of trade. His heart had turned towards greed. His scales, which should have weighed fairly, were crooked. A pound of grain never quite weighed a pounder. Yet people did not see. One day a stranger came to the market. He wore no fine robes, nor did carry any coins of silver. His voice was calm, yet cried out, cut through the noise like thunder. He watched as Elias placed his grain on the scales, tipping them ever so slightly, so to steal from the poor. That's nice, isn't it? Yeah. The stranger spoke. Tell me, Elias, do you believe in justice? Elias laughed. Of course, the Lord is upheld in this city. And do you believe in truth? Asked the stranger. Elias smirked. I am a man of business. The truth is what the people believe it is and what I tell them it is, and what others do too. The stranger sighed and looked upon the people. And you, he called out, do you believe these scales are true? The people murmured. Some of them nodded. They had known Elias all their lives. Others said nothing. They feared speaking against a man of wealth. The stranger reached out into his cloak and pulled out a small perfect weight. Let us see, he said, and placed it upon the scales. At once the measure was wrong. The people gasped, but still some stuck up for their heads, some stuck their heads. It's a mistake, they said. Elias wouldn't cheat us. The stranger's voice rose. You have been robbed before your very eyes, yet you refuse to see. If the rain falls upon your feet, you would swear it was sun. Elias scoffed. And who are you to judge? Do you, of all men, take what they can do, and rulers take the taxes? Do the priests not take offerings? The stranger nodded. Indeed, the rulers take, and the priests receive. But just man does not steal with no crooked scales and call it fair. Before you have built wealth upon lies, yet the people defend you because they fear the truth. But I tell you this, when the day of reckoning comes, the scales will not be in your hands. The measure will not be yours to set. And in that, you've got to be shitting me. Oh, I thought it finished. And you know what? The scales will not be set on that day. The man will not be able to calm that deception was his wisdom. Then he turned to the people, and you who defended the liar, who close your eyes to injustice, are you innocent? Do you not see? Do you not hear? When the blind lead the blind, do they not both fall into the pit? The people were silent. Some lowered their voices and heads in shame. Others grumbled, for they did not like to be called blind. Elias laughed blatantly, bitterly. You speak of justice, but the world does not work that way. The strong will always rule. The wise will always twist the truth to suit their advantage. This is the way of the man and the world. that man rule. The stranger looked at him with sorrow. "You are right, Elias, but the way of men, but it is not the way of God." Then he walked away, and the people watched him go. Some whispered among themselves, wondering if his words were true. Others turned away, refusing to change. But from that day forward, the market was not the same. Some began to bring their own weights, testing the scales. Though Elias continued his trade, his grip on the people was weakened. For the truth, once spoken, cannot be unheard, and the scales of heaven are never crooked. Never, ever, ever.